In this example, we're going to look at a severely compound or composite fraction. Fractions inside fractions on top of fractions. It just looks very, very ugly. And the key to these is no matter how complicated and ugly they look, break them down into small, manageable pieces. So we're going to start by just looking at the top. We're going to completely ignore the bottom and just deal with what's in the yellow. So now we're really just concerned with doing this subtraction, right? And in order to do that, you have to have a common denominator. So you come along and do 7 top and bottom. Now you've got a common denominator, and now you have 7y, and then you're subtracting all of this, right? So it's minus 3y plus 7 all over 7, or simply 4y plus 7 over 7. Now you would always want to check at this point and see if there was something to reduce before you move on, but there's no reduction there. You cannot reduce these two 7s, right? You can't reduce across a plus sign. You can only reduce if you can reduce both, right? This is 4y over 7 plus 7 over 7, but then you're just going to have two fractions again, and you don't want that. You want one whole fraction. So now we get to move on and look at the bottom and deal with just that piece. Well, 28 over 28, that's just 1, right? They're trying to confuse you here. So this is really just 1 plus 7 over 4y. And just like before, we've got to get a common denominator. So 4y over 4y, and you get 4y plus 7 over 4y. Again, done. There's no reduction we can do there. So now we have 4y plus 7 over 7. That's my top fraction, all over 4y plus 7 over 4y. And when you have a fraction divided by a fraction, that becomes multiplication when you flip the bottom, right? So this is 4y plus 7 over 7 times the reciprocal, 4y over 4y plus 7. And look at this. These are the same. Right? So we can cancel those because these are being multiplied, right? So this is one piece, one factor times 7, and another factor times 4y. Cancel those, and your final answer is just 4y over 7.